Welcome back to your daily dose. My name is Robert, and I'm here with Just Getting It Susan, because we've been talking about this program, Raising Los Angeles Up. And I want to say, in all kindness and fairness, first of all, I love you. Secondly, it's okay not to get it. As you call out reasonably, the things in my mind aren't always clear to the rest of the world. I think differently. That's okay. And your questions to me may represent thousands of others. So fantastic.
Well, and
You know,
lucky for us, to have people out there in the world that combine things that are innovative and, get you a label like a lone nut, because you're out there.
well, I appreciate that. And, it is again, once again, the foundation of yes and exercise, right? It's not a singular thing. It's not just about improvisation. It's more philosophical than that. I think I've told you this before. The first time it came really clear to me was when I was working that one really awful corporate job I had in my 40s. And I was trying to apply, because the whole thing was there about how can you be of value? And oh man, the way they assessed that was brutal. So you had to show and prove. Um, and what I saw was all these potential things. I started picturing like unplugged cables in the hallway. This is metaphorically, of course. But I go, you know what? If you guys would just plug these in, some lights might come on, some cool stuff might start happening. And if this person talked to this person and did this junction, oh, wait, that might work. And so I became known as that guy. And it was relatively successful for a while. And that's similar to what you're describing. I see things that people don't necessarily see, and I can put them together in a way that makes perfect sense to me. And foundationally, it really does have to do with these deeply rooted things. One, yes, and as a philosophy, and the other being the hero's journey. And in this case, the use of cinema therapy. We don't watch movies for nothing, right? Uh,
Maybe even more than pure entertainment is what you're
yeah.
referencing. Yeah.
Look at, here we are on the Oscar announcement day. It's getting tremendous buzz. There's all these films. Every year this happens. And people get very excited for a while. And what is the nature? Why do we do this? It's not just to sell popcorn. There's something else going on, deeply meaningful. And again, people can choose to look at it or not. You can get it on the surface level and be just fine. That doesn't mean there's not more there.
I think it's the literal practical connection where I'm lost, and it was the same back 4 years ago when I couldn't figure out that connection between improv and Parkinson's. So now that we've had a couple doses of chatting about this, I'm realizing we're talking about a really big concept. Hope, giving oneself the ability to get beyond this present moment of pain and grief. I'm with you there. I got caught up. It's so we're gonna cast this net out and hope that there are trickles or something connecting those.
Well, it's up to people to find it as they find it. Here's the thing. There's a need, right? There's a need for mental health services for people dealing with this trauma in Southern California. This is also a community that's built on storytelling, largely built on, at least brand-wise, the cinema and Hollywood. So
Yeah.
I think the language is not going to be disparate to many of them. Not that everyone knows the hero's journey or everything like that. I don't mean that. I just mean that the application of movies to heal a city that was built on movies is actually a little closer than you might think
Yeah,
otherwise,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
What's different this time is, I'm going to record this first one tomorrow, and whoever shows up, that's fine. We kind of play it through. We're not going to have the typical element where I'm saying, hey, write this page and then we'll review it, whatever. That's a major part of cinema therapy, right? Our traditional courses. But that here is more of a general suggestion. This is more of take a look at what's being offered, and if you like this, if you see this, and if you've made it through X number of minutes it takes us to record this, and you're like, yeah, I would like to engage, then we'll see what happens in the comments. We'll see what people say. And if they choose not to engage, well, then it was what it was. I don't have to do more than the ordinary world. If it never launches, fine.
Mm-hmm.
What I can say from my perspective is it was a really incredible journey back to that film. In fact, as we're at 5 minutes, let me come back and tell you about that. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.